How many traffic crashes do you think there were in Greensboro in 2017?
2017? At least like 200 plus, at least.
3,032.
I would say 1,000.
200.
I'm going to say about 55.
Let's say 1,000.
Actually, it turns out that Greensboro has 11,000 traffic crashes in 2017.
1,000?
Wow.
That's a lot. I would never have guessed that, honestly.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
How many fatalities do you think occurred in 2017?
Due to the traffic, I'm going to say 23.
50.
12?
I would say 500.
2.
Probably like 5, maybe 10.
50.
I do know this number is 42 because it was an all-time high for fatal accidents in Greensboro. Our previous high was 28.
Seriously? That's too much. In just 1 year?
Oh, I didn't know that.
That really is a lot more than I would have thought it is. That's a high number.
I thought it would have been a little bit higher because of, people really not paying attention, because even coming up here today, people wasn't paying attention to what they was doing.
What do you think are the main causes of fatalities and serious injuries in car crashes?
People who just are like in a rush to get to work or whatever.
Texting, messing with the radio.
Not paying attention to what you're doing.
Speeding.
Aggressive drivers.
Not looking where they were going. Cell phones.
I think speeding contributes to a large part to serious injuries and fatalities, but then also inattention to driving, texting and driving is becoming a huge problem.
Definitely distracted driving, a lot of cell phone use, people still texting.
Lack of seat belts.
Drunk driving.
Alcohol.
Speeding, not wearing your seatbelt, drunk driving.
On railroad accidents. People aren't observing the cross arms, or they're trying to speed through intersections.
Obviously, we talk a lot about texting and driving, but that's not all. Just folks in general that are paying less attention to what they're doing driving a car and more to whatever else they're doing inside the car.
We're finding that a lot of the fatalities still involve folks who are not using seat belts.
What do you think Greensboro's goal for reducing fatalities should be?
50% would be great.
At least 50%.
I mean, at least half.
Maybe reduce by 50%, so cut it in half.
50%.
At least under 10.
Ideally 0. 0.
I don't think that a number as far as higher than 0 should be existing in fatalities and accidents.
Well, it would be great if we could reduce it to 0. We hope someday we will have no fatalities.
I would love to see Greensboro be the first major city to have 0 crashes.
We've got to bring the number down from 42. We cannot continue to increase the number of fatalities. So we need to set a goal to strongly reduce that number in half, at least within the next 5 to 10 years, hopefully down to 0.
What should the goal for traffic fatalities be for your own family?
Goal should be 0. We would like to avoid those.
None. None.
0? Okay, it better be 0.
Absolutely 0.
0. 0.
None. No fatalities.
0.
None at all. 0. 0, none. None at all.
Well, I have a young driver, so I really want to reduce that to 0. Everybody loves their families, and we want everyone to come home safely at night.
I share with every other citizen in Greensboro. I don't want anyone in my family hurt in a crash, and I think if we all work together, that's an attainable goal at some point in the future.
Well, my personal goal is 0, just like I think all families' goal is 0. When it hits home personally, you certainly do not want to see anybody in your immediate family have an unfortunate accident.
When I first heard about Vision Zero, I was thinking, how in the world can we have no fatalities in the city of Greensboro?
I think Vision Zero is a philosophy.
Vision Zero is very important to the public health department. You know, anything that kills people is a public health issue.
The reason why this program is important to the city is we certainly have a problem and issue with traffic crashes and fatalities in Greensboro.
Most traffic crashes, there is no ill intent. People are in a hurry, they're distracted, or whatever the case may be.
Vision Zero is an incredible program. It's been part of our heritage and actually our DNA since 1927, when our founders realized that because transportation is about people, safety would always have to be part of everything that we do.
Safety is number one in our psyche. So we want all our drivers to be safe. We want them to have all the equipment they need to be safe, and we want all of our trucks to be safe. So it's very important.
Well, I'm fortunate to work for a company that puts a lot of resources and people towards safety and sustainability. So I guess you could say that a zero harm mindset is really part of our DNA. On a more personal note, I actually had a cousin that was fatally injured recently in a traffic accident in Las Vegas. So you could say it's personal for me.
You know, I got a call 3 years ago to go rush down to the coast to pick up my father and mother because they were on their way back. And that was a scary time.
I think almost every call that we go on, most police officers go, hey, that could be my family. And so it's a great goal that we have, and I think that we're going to make a lot of success working toward it.
Personally, I've lost both my father and my sister in the past to traffic accidents and bicycling accidents. And so I have a personal connection, a personal passion with solving this problem in Greensboro.
If we can get the word out, if we can get everyone on board to try to make Greensboro a city with no fatalities, that is our goal.
We know what happens when somebody is injured or killed in an accident, what it does to those families, to their friends, and the ripple effect that it has throughout our community.
I fundamentally believe that most, if not all, these accidents can be prevented. And there's things that we can do both as a community and as a city organization to make a difference.
Obviously, reducing traffic accidents must be addressed using a multidisciplinary approach. Awareness creation, strict implementation of traffic rules, and orchestrated engineering measures are just a few of the needs of the hour to prevent this public health catastrophe.
I think the city should consider a long-term plan, maybe over 10 years, where they look at reducing fatalities by maybe 20–25% each year.
At Volvo, we began a global initiative many years ago called Zero Accidents. Now that vision is to eliminate any highway accident. First it was focusing on eliminating fatalities, but then we realized that that's not enough. We also want to eliminate injuries, not just with Volvo trucks, but really eliminating all injuries on the highway. So everything that we've done since then has been focused on active safety technologies that not only make Volvo drivers safer, but also ensure the safety of everybody else that shares the highway.
Safety is very important to our company and our drivers, not only because of guidelines from the federal government, which grades you on safety, but also because we don't want to lose a driver to an accident. So it's very, very important to us. Also, our drivers are our lifeblood, and if we have accidents, it actually costs us money in the short term and the long term. So we have safety meetings all the time to address such concerns.
When driverless cars become pervasive, it's going to be really important that our cities have the physical design to support the neural network of the driverless cars so that we really can achieve zero fatalities.
Part of the police department's mission is to educate people, to work with the rest of this city and the state as a whole of how can we make systems safer, how can we create a highway system, how can we put people in a good place so that they're able to safely put a loved one in a car and make it to wherever they're going to go.
It's important that we all contribute, that we all do our share to understand what's causing the accidents and then how we can, both as individuals and as a community, solve those problems.
Vision Zero.
Vision Zero.
Vision Zero.
Vision Zero.
Greensboro.
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 Vision Zero Greensboro.
Saving more than
Saving more.
Saving more.
Saving more
Than lives.
Than lives.
Than lives.
Than lives.
Saving more than lives.
Vision Zero Greensboro. Saving more than lives.